¿Qué pasa, YouTube? 6foot Hacks here. Half for you guys today, the team building video for week 3 of the TBU. Now, no face cam for this, guys, because I want to know if you guys like it when I do face cam for the team building videos or not. Just let me know in the comment section below. I would really appreciate if you guys could tell me whether or not you like face cam for these team building videos. Now, don't worry, I'm still going to be doing face cam for the actual battles themselves. It's just, if you guys don't want to see my face during a team building video, then I perfectly understand. Or hey, maybe you think it's more entertaining. Just either way, I would really appreciate if you guys could let me know in the comment section below so I can make these videos as entertaining for you guys as possible. And of course, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hammer that like button down below, guys. Thank you for the great support on the first 2 weeks of the TBU. Hopefully the support continues for the rest of the weeks, because I'm definitely going to be trying my best to bring that championship for us, the Durham Dreadagons, and add it to our little collection or starter collection. I don't know, either one, either way. Hope you guys do enjoy the battle. Now, if you look on your bottom right hand screen, you will see our matchup. Now, the Pokemon that have a dot next to them are the Pokemon that are currently benched. So those are the 3 Pokemon that my opponent doesn't have to prepare for, and those are the 3 Pokemon I don't have to prepare for that my opponent can't bring. So that's really good going into this matchup. Now, I have a bit of a bone to pick with Trevor Sheer Force, the coach of the Long Island Golducks, because he sniped me of 2 Pokemon that I really wanted them, and that is Tangrowth and Mega Aerodactyl. Oh, I was so upset when he picked both of those Pokemon. Actually, the only reason I have Shaman is because he sniped me of Tangrowth, and that was just really upsetting. And the only reason I have Hitmonchan is because he sniped me of Mega Aerodactyl, which I think Mega Aerodactyl would have been a really good addition to the Durham Dreadagons in the TBU. But hey, it's fine. I love Evergreen and I love Ryland, so we're going to work with what we got. And like I said, we're going to definitely be taking that championship. Now, fun little fact, we are currently number 1 in the Moon Division for the TBU, and Trevor is number 2, and we're both undefeated going into week 3, which means one of us is going to be taking an L, and I'm really hoping that the only L that we're taking is the one from my name going into week 3. So I definitely want to pull out the victory this week, although this is a very annoying matchup. Let's look at what I'm expecting Trevor to want to bring. I am 90% sure he's going to bring Victini, Garchomp, Tangrowth with these sets. Like, Special Victini is probably the best Victini going into this matchup. If he brings V-Crate and he gets the defense drop, that's actually going to be a lot better for us, as you guys will see from what we are bringing. Garchomp could either be Life Orb or it could be Firium or Dragium Z along with Swords Dance, maybe substitute. I don't see him wanting to bring a bulky variant just because I feel like Bulky Chomp doesn't do that much in this matchup, and I definitely expect it to be offensive. Tangrowth can easily be Assault Vested, not with Chlorophyll, obviously. It's gonna have Regenerator, and Garchomp is most likely gonna have Rough Skin. But Tangrowth is probably the most annoying Pokemon going into this match, just because I only have really one answer for it, and that's my Infernape. But I do have some techs on my Mons to deal with this, so it's not as big of an issue. And I could also see him potentially not bringing Assault Vest, like maybe Physically Defensive could also be brought. But if he does bring Physically Defensive without Assault Vest, then that just means it's going to be a lot easier to deal with. Although then Leech Seed and Sleep Powder could be very annoying, but that just means he doesn't have one of these 3 coverage moves, which is going to be a lot better for us, I think, going into this match. Like, he's definitely going to have Knockoff, and he's definitely going to have Giga Drain. Sludge Bomb lets him hit my Shaman, and Earthquake lets him hit Registeel and Infernape on the switch-in. Then, because we don't have a Rapid Spinner or any form of hazard control, I can definitely 100% see him bringing Sticky Webs, just because they could be very detrimental to us going into this match. But the benefit of that is that I really don't think he's going to bring Dhelmise, and I highly doubt he may bring the Alola Sandslash. So what we can do is force him to defog away his own sticky webs and force him to get rid of webs after we get rid of Galvantula, because definitely getting up stealth rocks in this match are going to be very, very crucial to our main sweepers and our main wall breakers. Also, I apologize about my voice. I hope it doesn't sound too bad to you guys. I think I'm getting a little bit sick, but hey, I want to record this and get it out for you guys, so it's all good. Don't think I'm just forcing myself to do this. I really wanted to do this. I didn't expect my voice to be like this, so just, yeah. Anyways, the next two Pokemon are honestly a toss-up, but like I said, I really don't expect them to bring Dhelmise, just because Tangrowth does a lot better in this matchup. Like, if he doesn't bring Tangrowth, that's absolutely phenomenal for us. Plus, another reason why I doubt he's going to bring Dhelmise is because we have Zoroark, so that also may mean he may not bring Victini, but I'm expecting him to either bring Golbat and Aerodactyl, or he could bring Alola Sandslash and Alola Ninetales, or he could bring Alola Ninetales along with Golbat, or Alola Ninetales along with Aerodactyl. Either way, the last two mons are just really a toss-up, and I think Golbat plus Mega Aerodactyl are like worst case scenario, because one of these is definitely going to have Defog, which means I'm pretty sure they're both going to have Roost and Taunt, and then Aerodactyl is probably going to be Aerial Ace like Stone Edge or Earthquake Stone Edge. Actually, I could see him not even bringing Aerodactyl now that I think about it. So he could just bring Alola Ninetales and Golbat. But Golbat most likely will have Defog, so definitely going to have to watch out for that. And then Haze and Taunt could just be for stopping my Necrozma from setting up, because Double Dance Necrozma absolutely destroys him. So there's a good chance he may not even have Taunt or Haze, and he may actually have something like Toxic. So enough of that, let's take a look at what I will be bringing this week. So our first mon is going to be Thego the Necrozma here, rocking a powerful Trick Room set. This is going to be my best late game sweeper going into this matchup. Necrozma can definitely wear down his team, and Psychium Z is for Shattered Psyche, which is specifically for Tangrowth, because if we're able to wear down the Tangrowth or knock off its Assault Vest, we do a solid 83 to 98% if we can get rid of the Assault Vest. With the Assault Vest, we already do 55 to 65%. Now, this was originally a Rock Polish Calm Mindset, but the more I thought about it, the more I saw he could easily bring the Sticky Webs, and I really didn't think of too many scenarios of where I could not only Rock Polish, but I could also Calm Mind. So with these defensive Vs and HP Vs, we're able to take physical hits from Garchomp, possibly Victini, and from the Aerodactyl a whole lot better. We can obviously take on Tangrowth 1v1 if we're able to put it in range. Also, if he brings Sticky Webs, after Webs, we are actually faster than Tangrowth in Trick Room. So that's going to be really, really good. And if I did do the math correctly, then we are going to be faster than it. So that's a huge benefit. Psychic does 50% to just about every single one of his mons that is not Victini, not Dhelmise, and not Sandslash. That is why we have Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse does a solid 57 to 67% to the Victini. So the idea going into this match is to weaken everything into about 50 to 60% range, and then that way Necrozma can hopefully come in late game and set up Trick Room, or if possible, I can even bring Necrozma in like mid game, set up Trick Room, Moonlight off damage that I've taken, and then just save Necrozma for later in the match. Because if you look at his draft, with him not having Empoleon and him not having Sharpedo, he has no Psychic Resist, which, I mean, his only Psychic Resist is Victini, but I highly doubt he's going to risk switching in Victini against my Necrozma. So that's going to be really good going into this match. Modest Necrozma can definitely weaken his team and potentially break it down for the rest of our team, or he himself just sweep later in the match. Moving on to Pokemon number 2, we have Richter the Seismitoad making his return. I don't think we brought him week 2 because he did have a bad matchup. But as you can see, I got the tech in Toxic, and Toxic is honestly just for Tangrowth. Like, poisoning Tangrowth is going to be absolutely huge in this matchup, just because that's going to allow me to weaken it over time. And if he has Hail, then he's going to be taking Toxic damage and Hail damage. If he's got Lefties, they're going to be nullified. And then if I'm able to knock off a potential Assault Vest, that's going to be absolutely huge. Knockoff is also really good to get off about 40-48% on Victini. We can get off the Violite from Golbat. We can get rid of a potential AV on Dhelmise if for some reason he brings Dhelmise. get rid of the Light Clay on Ninetales, but Earthquake is there over something like Scald, Hydro Pump, or Earth Power, just because with this EV spread, we're able to take a Life Orb, Timid Natured Psychic plus Energy Ball, and then afterwards in return knock out Victini with the Earthquake after the rocks damage and the Life Orb damage. So in theory, Seismitoad can definitely 1v1 Victini unless it's like Adamant Choice Bandit, in which case we get 2A KO'd by V-Create, but that's not going to be bad because we have something else for Victini, as you guys will see in a second or in a couple minutes. But I know it may be a little bit odd that I have Poison Touch, but honestly, even if we're able to get off the Poison Touch Toxic on Tangrowth, that's not going to be entirely too bad, because in the scenarios that I've played and that I've thought out of, I don't see him wanting to leave in Tangrowth for more than like 2 or 3 turns, especially because Tangrowth gives me a free switch into Tauros and Infernape, which absolutely destroy his draft if we bring them, and then Zoroark puts a lot of pressure on his draft as well. So that's really, really good. Actually, the main reason I think he's going to bring Ninetales is going to be for the Aurora Veil, which could be really, really problematic. So I'm definitely going to have to play around that, but hopefully it won't be too detrimental, and I can still somehow set up Necrozma to sweep late mid game to late game. So yeah, Richter's going to be very important going into this matchup to at least get up Stealth Rocks, if anything. Like, that's the bare minimum that I need Seismitoad to do. And then if I'm able to Toxic Tangrowth, that's amazing. And if I'm able to take down Victini as well, that's absolutely phenomenal. If anything, I can just sack off Seismitoad to Victini to then revenge kill Victini. So if that's how things go, then everything's going to be okay. Again, I apologize about my voice, guys. I hope it doesn't sound raspy to y'all, but I can definitely feel something in my throat. I think I'm just getting sick. Anyways, we have our next Pokemon here, Bruno, making his debut. For those of you who followed my UCL Season 2 run, you will definitely know who Bruno is. He is making his debut for the TBU. Now, the reason why we are max Spadef, max HP is because this is my best answer to Life Orb Galvantula, which in return, we can easily 2-a KO with Rock Slide. Well, we have an 80% chance to 2-a KO with Rock Slide, which is still pretty decent. And we do a solid 26 to 32% to an incoming Victini, which is nice little chip damage to put it in range of where we can then revenge kill him. Iron Head is mainly for the Ninetales and mainly for the Aerodactyl. Bulky Aerodactyl with 148 HP takes a solid 48 to 58%, which is really nice and easy to a KO. And then we straight OHKO Ninetales and we do about 22 to 26% to the Sandslash if he does want to bring that, although I could easily Toxic Sandslash and then from there maybe pivot around it, stall it out a bit. But the good thing about Shuca Berry is that Life Orb Garchomp's Earthquake only does 52 to, it does, sorry, how much does it do? It does 42 to 50%, sorry about that, which means in return we can do 52 to about 63% with Ice Punch to offensive Garchomp, which is going to be really nice, and being able to weaken it that much for the rest of our team to take down. Next off, we have Evergreen the Shaman here, making her return. Of course, Evergreen is an absolute don. As much as I would have loved to have Tangrowth, Shaman is just one of those Pokemon that I know how to use and that I feel comfortable with, although Tangrowth, again, probably would have been a lot better. It's still fine, because he could have brought Shaman and that could have been possibly an issue for us. But this is a reason why I think he's going to bring AV Tangrowth. This and Jolteon are the two main reasons why I expect him to want to bring Assault Vest Tangrowth, because Assault Vest Tangrowth is really his only best answer to my Shaman, which Shaman puts a lot of work in against his draft, and this is the main answer that I have for Garchomp if I lose the Shuca Berry on my Registeel. So we are running a very defensive set. We have enough defense to easily live Dragon Claws and live Fire Fangs. If he has Fire Blast with Life Orb and a Naive Nature with minimal special attack investment, after Protect, we can live a second Fire Blast and get off a solid 60 to 70% with Hidden Power Ice, potentially knocking him out, or we can pick him off with Seed Flare, or if we predict him to switch out, we can get off Seed Flare damage on whatever comes in. If we get the Spadef drop on Assault Vest Tangrowth, we do 35 to 41% with Hidden Power Ice, and in return Sludge Bomb only does about 30 to 40% if he's not running any special attack investment. Protect is really nice along with Leech Seed to gain back extra recovery. I didn't want to have Synthesis because again he could easily bring Alola Ninetales, and we already have Moonlight on Necrozma, which is going to be hindered by the hail, so that's already going to be a little bit annoying, but we should be able to work around that. And then we can also get off recovery against the rest for the rest of our team, along with Leech Seed. If I'm able to Leech Seed Ninetales, Sandslash, Victini, Garchomp even, or Galvantula, Golbat especially is going to be really nice to Leech Seed, just to have that extra pressure on him. And then Seed Flare is, like I said, a really just spammable move in this matchup because we hit everything and we can potentially get Spadef drops, which is going to be really, really nice. So I definitely see Shaymin being an important member in this game. So moving on to the next mom, we have Guerrero the Infernape, the MVP of Week 2, although Zoroark did pick up the most KOs. Those KOs wouldn't have been possible without Guerrero here, and of course he is coming back along with Tauros. Infernape is a huge problem for Trevor to deal with, and the good thing about this is that he has no safe switch-ins to this monster when I bring it in against his Tangrowth, and with the proper predictions, Infernape is definitely gonna be picking up at least 2 KOs. So Mach Punch is literally only for Alola Sandslash. After Stealth Rocks, we 100% knock him out. Well, no, we have a 93% chance to knock him out after Stealth Rocks. But without Stealth Rocks, we do 86 to 107%, so that's pretty nice. I was thinking about putting Vacuum Wave on this, but Mach Punch is a little bit better just so we can get off extra damage on the Garchomp, or the Mega Aerodactyl if we are being taken down, or even the Alola Ninetales, which is going to be really good. Flare Blitz obviously is there for stab because his only real answers to a Flare Blitz are Garchomp and the Victini, which he's not going to switch Victini in because it's Victini, and then he could switch in Garchomp, in which case I can predict that, go for Hidden Power Ice, and do a solid 79 to 96%, which is really good. Stone Edge straight OHKOs Mega Bulky Aerodactyl after Rocks and Bulky regular Aerodactyl, and Stone Edge is actually for Aerodactyl, which is why I don't have Earthquake on the set. Otherwise I would have Earthquake, because we already do 74 to 87% to Victini with Earthquake, but Stone Edge has the same best power, so we do the same amount of damage, but of course we have a chance to miss, so I'm really hoping that we don't miss. But I can definitely see Infernape putting in a lot of work and easily being able to pick up 2 KOs. We unfortunately don't OHKO max defense, max HP Tangrowth, which is a little bit annoying. Like, I almost want to run Adamant, not Adamant, but like Naughty Infernape, just because, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to bring webs, but if he doesn't get them up, or if he doesn't bring webs for whatever reason, then we're going to be able to outspeed everything. We're not going to be able to outspeed everything as it is. Another benefit of having Adamant as opposed to Naive is that we could abuse Trick Room a little bit easier, because even after -1 speed, I think that Tangrowth still outspeeds us. No, we still outspeed Tangrowth at -1. And we still outspeed Dhelmise at -1, so that's the only real downside of having the plus speed nature, and us being Adamant doesn't really matter as well. So I'm really hoping that Infernape puts in a lot of work. If we get into Blaze range, something is going to get absolutely nuked by Flare Blitz. And then moving on to the final team member, we have making his debut, 5150, the Tauros. Actually, yeah. Toxic on Registeel was for the Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Victini, and the Tangrowth. But we also have Toxic on 5150 here, the Tauros, which Tauros, he has no good answer to Tauros. Like he has Dhelmise, but he's not going to bring Dhelmise because of what terrible of a matchup it's got in this game. But Tauros puts in so much work in this game, and it's my main answer to Victini. Like, this was originally going to be Zoroark, but I didn't like that Zoroark didn't outspeed the Ninetales, and that it wasn't really able to do much to the Tangrowth outside of knocking it off and potentially getting off a Toxic or flamethrowing it. Now, the beauty of Tauros is that he gets Sheer Force, which means I'm not going to be taking Life Orb damage from Rock Climb or Fire Blast. So, if he is Max Spadef, Max HP Assault Vest Tangrowth, Rock Climb has a 93% chance to 2-hit KO, which is absolutely insane. And I think that is with Stealth Rocks. Yeah, actually, no, yeah, we have a 98% chance to 2-hit KO Assault Vest Tangrowth without any defensive investment. If he's physically defensive, Fire Blast is always a 2-hit KO against non-Spadef EV'd or minimal Spadef EV'd non-AV Tangrowth, which is really good. Now, if I'm not able to predict correctly against it, I can always just Toxic it. Another good thing about Toxic is that we can Toxic Aerodactyl, we can Toxic Galvantula and Dhelmise, we can Toxic the Garchomp even. I would have really loved to have Ice Beam on the set, but Rock Climb already does a solid like 61 to 73% to Garchomp. So we're going to be able to outspeed him without webs up, or if Trick Room is up, we outspeed him and we can just knock him out. We do 36 to 42% to max defense and max HP Golbat, so we have an 83% chance to 2-hit KO it after Stealth Rocks. If he is especially defensive, we always 2-hit KO it with the Rock Climb, so that's really good. We do 62 to 73% to Victini, and we straight Oko Galvantula. Now, Fire Blast also hits the Alola Sandslash because we straight Oko that too because it is 4 times super effective. We also get off a huge amount of damage on the Ninetales potentially, which is going to be really good going into this matchup. And actually, now that I think about it, I may have to change these speed EVs around so we can outspeed the Ninetales. Hold on, let me... Yeah, because now that I think about it, hold on. How fast is Ninetales Alola form at level 50? Because I don't know, because I'm pretty sure that we should be able to outspeed him. Yeah, okay, so definitely going to change this up to max speed so we can outspeed Ninetales. But Pursuit does a solid 30 to 35%, which means if he switches out, we're going to be doing 60 to 70%. And if he goes for the V-Crate at -1 on the switch out, I think we do like 80 to 90%. So, like I said, this is my main answer to Victini. In hopes that he doesn't expect me to have the Pursuit, we can Pursuit trap Victini after potentially sacking something off, which ideally is going to be my Seismitoad after getting up rocks, and hopefully Toxicking the Tangrowth, and then from there we no longer have to deal with Victini, and his only Psychic resist is going to be gone. So Necrozma can definitely put in a lot of work. I would have loved to bring Double Dance Necrozma, but I can definitely see him having like Toxic on the Golbat, or maybe having Taunt, Haze on the Golbat, or having Taunt on the Aerodactyl to stop my Necrozma from being able to recover up and set up. So this, I definitely think, is the best Necrozma set going into this matchup. Shattered Psyche, straight Okos, Aerodactyl, Ninetales, and Garchomp if it comes down to it. But like I said, Shattered Psyche is really only going to be for the Tangrowth. But yeah, guys, that is a much quicker run through of our team. If you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure to leave a comment down below. Again, let me know if you guys would like me to do face cam for these in the near future, just because I didn't want to do face cam with this just to see how you guys would react to it. So I really would appreciate it if you guys could let me know. Of course, the match is going to be going up tomorrow at about 5 p.m. Eastern time, so be on the lookout for that, because I definitely want to beat Trevor, and I'm definitely going to. So let's go, Durham Druddigons. Hopefully we can go 3-0 next week and keep our undefeated streak intact all the way up to playoffs. So with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. Check out the 2 videos on the end screen, and I will see you all later. So later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion, but when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.